Okay, hello, my name is Yanira Romero, and today's video is about technical documents of English Spanish practice. This is a translation and interpretation course, and the first person that is going to explain the technical documents is Israel. So let's see what Israel has to say about this legal document.
Hi there, Miss. My name is Israel, you already know. And I'm the person who was working in this document, birth certificate or birth certified. So basically, in order to translate this birth certificate, we have to know some meanings, some technical words, because it's not kind of similar to the normal English or something like that. Because it's a formal document, it is a divorce, it is something that is in the National Registry of the Town Hall, something like that. Remember that technical words apply to this part of the translate documents. We have to use some, for example, dictionary or something like that. But I haven't used one. I just what I did is that I was looking for some words in order to translate the birth certificate. For example, let me tell you, because of the time I don't translate the whole birth certificate, but just let me tell you some parts that I basically the most important, if we can say like that. I had written from my cell phone some words that I have used from the very beginning, and for example, Alcaldía Municipal de Santa Rosa de Lima, that's gonna switch Santa Rosa de Lima Town Hall, something like that. La Union Department, El Salvador, Central America. Email address, and there you have the email address in which you can contact them in order to solicit or request a birth certificate. And for example, let me just read a little bit here. I'm looking for info. Give me a second. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. For example, 1 to 4 lines. We can say like that. And it says, the undersigned head of family state registry, certified with the page 84 from the file 1, in the birth certificate, book reposition number 23, that this office goes in the year 2020. The one that literally says birth certified 184, having checked the deterioration of the certified before mentioned with the number 408, page 73, year 1937. By accordance to the Article B of the law, birth certificate reposition of the State Family Registry at the request of an interested party to the view of certification that refer to the Article 4 within the same law in which act to the respective file. Remember that the whole information from a person who is basically in the registry of the family registry, that's the word. The whole information is gonna be in a file. For that reason, it has a series in which you can find them. So basically, that's what I did in this translation. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching my video.
Okay, thank you, Israel, because of your explanation of this important document. And now we are going to move on to our second document, and also it is a legal document too. And this one is going to be explaining by me. So I'm going to start, and here we have second document. As you can see, it is a marriage license, and also it is in English, so the translation of this document must be in Spanish, right? So on this part of the video, I'm going to explain, first of all, how I did it. I'm going to explain the translation of this, how I did it, some tools I used, and some features that I could find on this document. So let's start. Well, as we know, this type of document in the legal file, they must be like extremely accurate, given that they are legal documents and they can have legal consequence to the one who is translating this document. And this specialization is like characterized by its specific terminology, needs for accuracy, and also distinctive language. So when I translate this marriage license, I try to follow like some steps that we learned on this week's topic. So I use, first of all, clear and short sentences when translating in order to translate clearly the message of this marriage license. Then I also use like technical and legal vocabulary, or what is the same, the jargon, because when you are translating like this type of document, slang, idiomatic expression, or cultural references are not used. You are not allowed to use them. Besides, it is like really important to follow similar structures or of the source text. In this case, our source text was in English, as you can see here, and I had to follow like the similar structure that I have in this document when I translate it into Spanish, right? And one of the most important things that I think you must know is that when I found some words that I didn't understand the meaning, or maybe I just forgot their translation or their equivalents, I use some tools in order to obtain like the word that I had to use on the translation. Now, some of the tools I used to translate it and how I did it. That are the things that I'm going to tell you right now. Well, as I mentioned before, when I was trying to translate this document, this legal document, or this marriage license, I found some words that I didn't remember the meaning or their equivalents. It wasn't that I didn't know their equivalents or their meaning. It was more that I didn't remember. So I used some tools, or I looked for them. And I used at least 2 tools, and one of them was MakePad. It is an amazing tool that you can use in order to translate this document. And the other one was Collins Translator. It is also an amazing tool that you can use when you forgot or you don't know like the meaning of some words and you have to translate a legal document. Okay, so finally, some of the features I could find on the document that I translate was that this document contains like a great deal of technical terminology, which some of those terminologies will be like unfamiliar to me, but I have some knowledge thanks to the different vocabulary we have learned on Technical English Applied to Law. So that's what helped me to translate this document. Besides, as I also mentioned before, I couldn't use like a slang or try to adapt the translation of this marriage lesson to the culture of my country, of our country, which is El Salvador. Because it's like a formal document and it is a legal document, so I cannot do it because it will have legal consequences to me in this case, because I was the one who is translating the marriage lessons. And the last feature I could find is that in the legal documents are well designed. They are well designed, as you can see here on the presentation on this marriage lesson. They are well designed with a logical organization, and they are writing a neat and aesthetical, attractive way. For that reason, the particular Spanish translation that was the one I did of this marriage license also had to meet of this standard, all of these standards. So here on this presentation we have like the licencia de matrimonio in Spanish. So I will prove you an important part that I mentioned before, and it is to follow the similar structure when you translate a document. For example, this is general information. Sorry. Here we have. This is a just general information, okay? But let's focus on this part. And it says, to any person or religious society authorized by law to perform the marriage ceremony. So, how I did it? It says, a cualquier persona o sociedad religiosa autorizada por la ley para realizar la ceremonia de matrimonio. So you see, I have to follow like the similar structure from our target source from our source text in this case to our target text, which is Spanish. And the other part that I want to show you is this. This one, sorry. And of this license you will make due return to my office. And in Spanish it says, y de esta licencia harás la debida devolución a mi despacho. O oficina could be. But why I use despacho en lugar de oficina? Well, I use despacho because it is like, it could be more legal or it could be more technical in our language. So this is my explanation about this document, and well, my classmate Jennifer and also Catherine, they are going to explain the other two documents. So let's see what they have to explain.
Hi, for this activity I use the sign translation for this medical report, and you can see on this part the document. Reporte médico. Este es un reporte para la corte basada en el historial de las lesiones sufridas por el demandante, su tratamiento, su condición y su pronóstico. El nombre del paciente es PTSD Whiplash, su dirección es en Birmingham, tiene 50 años, la fecha de accidente es a mediados del 2006 y la fecha del reporte fue a principios de 2007. Y las instrucciones fueron desde la referencia del solicitor en LLP y el reporte fue dado por el doctor S.L. Brown, MALLB, DRCOG, DHC, FRGP. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Catherine Stephanie Marquez. So, this is a fourth document that is in Spanish. It is about a medical consultation, but from a veterinarian. So, you can see in this case the veterinary doctor give a prescription for the pet. For this reason, the document is medical, but it is medical for a pet and also gives the date that was 19 April in the year 2007. I'm going to continue to translate this document in English, and the tool that I used was Cambridge Dictionary. But why Cambridge Dictionary? Well, because translate very well the words and give some definitions. Because even in Spanish, some people find it difficult to understand the medical language, since they don't know the prescriptions if they don't read. the instructions, right, or their function. So in the medicine, the doctor gives a gentamicin that is used as an antibiotic for infections caused by the pet has to take it in the exact measure. Then the recipe continues in that they are optical drops in suspensions for dogs. Well, then we have the day and finally the signature of the doctor, and it is important that the signature must be on a prescription drug documents to be credible. So this is my explication for this document that is translated to Spanish for to English.